Hey, this is Jeff Nelson with eXp Realty Southern Branch, and today we're talking about the Fairhope market. You know, a lot of people are wondering, are buyers running? I know interest rates are higher than they've been in a long time. I don't know, 7 or 8 years. I mean, it was crazy 2 years ago. You could get a mortgage for like right around 3%, and now we're looking at 6%. So what's happening specifically, you know, I cover all of Baldwin County, but specifically I want to talk about Fairhope today because I was looking at some very interesting numbers, and I want to pull up this graph that I just pulled from the MLS. These numbers are straight from the MLS on detached homes. There's a few condos in Fairhope, few condo communities, but I'm concentrating, and it's not a lot, but comparatively, but I want to talk mainly about residential detached single family homes right now. So what got my attention is that I looked up for residential detached properties in Fairhope only. So I'm not talking about Spanish Fort, not talking about Daphne, not talking about Foley, Gulf Shores, or Orange Beach. Talking about Fairhope only. There were 186 listings for single-family homes that are currently on the market. This is what really got my attention. 83 of the 186 had price drops, where they listed it at one price and now they have dropped the price lower. Almost half of the homes that are currently on the market in Fairhope, almost half, the sellers have reduced their price. So I got to thinking, well, what has been going on in Fairhope? Now I had a good idea, but I wanted to get the actual numbers. What's been going on in Fairhope in the last year, and why for these mass amounts of decreases in prices? Because the numbers aren't adding up to me. Now Fairhope, I will say, is very much in demand. Besides the beach, Gulf Shores and Orange Beach, Fairhope has the highest, and for the longest time that I can remember, has always had the highest price per square foot in the county, except for Gulf Shores and Orange Beach. So I made a graph, all right? As you can see, and I went back in 4-month increments so you could get a full year's worth and get a good idea. Now, the prices you see here, last August 2022, the median selling price. So this is not the listing price. This is the median selling price. This is what it closed at. The average home closed price was $555,000. 4 months before that, it was $520,938. 4 months before that, in December 21, the median average selling price was $425,000. And then 12 months ago, in August of 21, the median selling price was $391,750. $391,750. That is an appreciation in Fairhope for residential homes, single-family homes, of 29%. Now, usually this comes from demand. You know, when we see prices increase 29%. Now, a lot of the country has experienced this, and one of the reasons why I'm going over this right now is because, you see my time, gosh, I've already been talking 4.5 minutes. Okay, a lot of times I'm seeing things kind of level off and plateau a little bit, and maybe that's why we're seeing these price drops just in the last 30 days. But 86 homes sold last month in August in Fairhope. Fairhope is not a huge town. I mean, it's maybe 25,000 people. No, it's not even that. I think it's like 22,000 people. 86 homes closed in August. Going back to where the average sales price was $520, 88 homes sold last April. In December, Christmas time, 87 homes sold in December in Fairhope. And then a year ago, 100 homes sold that August a year ago. So the demand has been steady, but now we're seeing interest rates go up. But another thing that's throwing me off here is days on the market. Days on the market last month was 30. And it's the lowest, that's the lowest amount of days on the market that it was over the period of the last year. 4 months before that, 41 days on the market. 4 months before that, 34 days on the market. And then a year ago, the average days on the market was 37. So we have the demand is there, but yet we're seeing price drops. So I'm wondering, usually you don't see both of those together. So I'm really curious as to why this is happening. And I think in general, I think what people are seeing is they're seeing the writing is on the wall. Number one, there's no way an area can sustain appreciation of 29% a year. So I get asked all the time, is this a good time to buy? And then no matter what I say, I usually get the follow-up question of, well, you're a realtor, you're always going to say it's a good time to buy. All right, well, we're talking about the Fairhope real estate market. So Fairhope is in high demand. And is it a good time to buy? I don't know, we're in September. I'm talking about August numbers. We have a consistent number of people purchasing in Fairhope. Probably on average about 86 to 90 people closings a month in the last year. As a buyer, we don't have a crystal ball. What I can tell you is that we have a demand for Fairhope. We have a demand despite interest rates. We have a demand in Fairhope. What I am seeing is prices drop. So maybe in the next few months, maybe you could see some paying a little less. I don't see drastic price drops in Fairhope, but what I do see is maybe definitely a leveling off of prices. And maybe slight price decreases. I talked earlier about 83 of the 186 homes that are on the market have reduced in price. They're probably not going to keep reducing their price. That's probably their bottom line. As a seller, I would be a seller in this market because we hit the peak, I think, at the end of the summer, and now it's starting to plateau. So if you're a seller in Fairhope, I would put your house on the market if you had any idea of wanting to sell. But anyway, please subscribe. Thank you so much for listening to me all this time. I always try to make my videos shorter, but I can't seem to do it. But anyway, thank you so much. Please subscribe, and I'm going to continue to do what I do and make more videos about our wonderful area. And I just love what I do. Y'all take care, and talk to you soon.